Hello, my name is Tiffany Johnson. I am recording this for SP 683 for Module 13. So I just want to go over briefly the articles that I decided to the articles I decided to just use. So for task list item H9, collaborating with others, the main overarching goal of the article was to go over the way in which behavior analysts should perform when interacting with other professionals that are going to be helping out with the overall success of our clients. So it's talking about using the IPEC framework, which is like utilizing compassion, cultural humility, cultural competence, things of that sort. Because honestly, they discuss how BCBAs and behavior analysts aren't trained on how to honestly work with other professions. So I think now within ABA, it's a little bit more common to see like OT and speech coming in, and they kind of make a full framework, but it's kind of harder sometimes, which I've known from personal experience that OT looks at some things a certain way and behavior analysts look at it a different way, so the interventions sometimes do clash. And then the task list item I8, evaluating the effects of supervision. That one just kind of discussed like basically will increasing supervision make clients master skills more, and the results that from the study show that it doesn't help. I think it was more so like more client based. So if your client is deemed to need those kind of services, then yes, like sometimes it can help, but that's not honestly what's going to help them master the skill. Or like supervising the RBT more is not going to say whether or not the skills are going to be mastered quicker. Personally, I feel like it comes down to the training in which the implementation of the intervention is utilized. But it also comes down to the client. How quickly do they learn things? How quickly do they obtain things? Are we teaching this to their standards? Are we teaching it at a skill set that they are at? Is this something that's going to interest them to even learn? Are they having enough motivation? Are the reinforcers correct? Things of that sort are all going to play a part and not just the supervision process. I think we can also look at a lot of in-home services. They use like virtual supervision, so they don't get a whole lot of supervision, honestly. So you look at cases of that sort, or when you have BCBAs who have a larger caseload, you don't get a lot of supervision, but that doesn't mean their clients aren't mastering targets. The last one was comparing the Henley and DeGeneres procedures comparison now, and like what it looks like performance monitoring, feedback, and reinforcement systems look like. Over one thing that I took from there was like how BCBAs were talking about how they don't have ongoing training like BCABAs and RBTs, which is honestly true in a sense. BCBAs do have CEUs, but most of the time they get their CEUs done at one time a year, or it's over something they kind of already know about, things of that sort, or they're online. Whereas like with RBTs, you're kind of constantly utilizing your skills, but you get reevaluated every year. So you're kind of always going through training, or like showing that you retained your skills. So that was something that was interesting to point out in my opinion. I do think that RBTs do need a little bit more continuous training, but I think BCBAs can use it too, just because ABA is such a developing field and it changes daily, it changes all the time. There's always new science coming out, there's always new studies coming out, so I think that it's important that we kind of grow with our field. The same things that worked last year aren't going to work this year, so I think those are things that we need to keep in the forefront of our minds when it comes to ABA and becoming future behavior analyst. And yes, that is all I have for today. Thank you. Have a good night.